BGSU men's basketball preparing to wrap up a 3-game homestand as they welcome in the Ohio Bobcats here to the Stroh Center. Ohio coming into this one as the 4th-ranked team in the MAC at 12-11 overall, 6-4 in the MAC. Bowling Green 9-14 overall, 3-7 in the MAC. They are in 10th place. With where they stand, every win is going to be crucial for them from this point on. Before we get further into this broadcast, we're going to step away real quick as we have an early edition of the National Anthem. When we come back, we'll set this one up on the table and get ready to go here in the Stroh Center. Bowling Green getting ready to take on the Ohio Bobcats here on Falcon Radio.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
On November 15th, 2024, BGSU hockey defeated St. Thomas in a shootout, courtesy of a game winner by defenseman Jack Blake. Falcon Media Sports Network's voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, had the call of the moment on WBGU 88.1 FM.
And Jack Blake, for all the glory, trying to put this one away with the puck, taking it around, far side wheel, working in with the shot, and he fills it! Jack Blake with the shootout winner! First time in the lineup this season, and Jack Blake is the hero as Bowling Green mobs him.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. On November 30th, 2024, BGSU women's basketball defeated Arkansas 79-78. The win over the SEC opponent was arguably the biggest of the Fred Shamil era in Bowling Green. Falcon Media Sports Network's Caden Knapp had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Tightly guarded by Velasco, 5 seconds on the clock, passing out, there's a 3 from the far side wing, no good, it's no good, Laura Gurka gets the rebound, and the BGSU Falcons have defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks, coming back from 14 down to win 79-78, a huge team win.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Back here at the Stroh Center, and now that we finally had that national anthem wrap up officially, we finally have a chance to set the table a little bit for this one. Tyler Kavlitz here alongside Andrew Smith. Andrew, this is, we're going to be saying this for every men's basketball game going forward, I think, for the rest of the season, but a major game for the Falcons.
Yeah, every game is a major game for the Falcons right now. They're in 10th place in the MAC right now. They've gotten 2 wins straight, a MAC win, and then followed by a win in the Sun Belt Challenge. But they need to quite simply win out or win almost every single game in order to have any sort of chance at the MAC tournament.
Yeah, Bowling Green coming into this one, attempting to get their longest win streak of the season underway. They've won 2 straight. They have not won 3
and also
straight.
get 2 MAC wins in a row.
They have not done that yet this season. It's been a season of inconsistency, I think, if you had to nail one word for it. Yes. Coming off an 84-77 win over Northern Illinois and a 67-53 win in the second leg of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge against Coastal Carolina. Ohio, on the other end, coming into this one on a little bit of a rough stretch. They have lost 3 of their past 4, 5 of their past 7 games. Their most recent game, 72-59 loss in their second leg of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge to App State.
Yeah, Ohio right now heading a little bit of a rough patch, but they are a very talented team, especially offensively. 3rd best offensive rating in the MAC. They give up a pretty high number of points themselves, but they make up for the fact that they've scored 80, 90 points in multiple games this season. I believe 13 games with 80-plus points and 3 games with 90-plus points for the Bobcats.
Yeah, so let's look into Ohio a little bit more. You talked about that offense. Jeff Bowles' offense, always very powerful, 79.6 points per game, 3rd in the MAC, 57th in the country. They shoot the 2nd best mark in the MAC at 47.1%. What makes this Ohio offense so good in your opinion?
I would say their ability to utilize their bench, something the Falcons have lacked this season, partially due to injuries. But Ohio just has so many, especially guards, that they can turn to get them buckets in basically any game that they need be. You got Mitchell, Brown, Elmore James, A.J. Sheldon. There's so many guards that they can turn to that can come off the bench or start for them and get them consistent buckets and play consistent defense when need be.
And then looking over at Bowling Green a little bit here, this Falcons team, their mark's not as impressive on offense as Ohio. They rank middle in the pack in a lot of stuff. What sticks out to you about Bowling Green that you think has given them the success they've had in the past few games?
I would say Butler coming off the bench. He's been in the starting lineup pretty much all season, and then he got sick a couple weeks ago and had to miss a few games. And when he came back, he started coming off the bench, and Humphrey took his place in the starting lineup. And since then, he's averaged 18 points coming off the bench. And
not to foreshadow anything, but he is not starting again here today.
Yeah, exactly.
Good sign for the Falcons.
It's done very well for them. I think he gives sort of an energy and has an ability to control the pace like Thomas does. That coming off the bench just works a lot better than him being in a starting role.
So this is the 156th all-time meeting between these two teams. Bowling Green leads the all-time series against the Bobcats 85-70. They have bested Ohio 50-23 when hosting. Bowling Green has actually won 6 straight games against OU here at the Stroh Center, and the home team overall in this series has won 7 straight games. And like we mentioned, the wins would mark season-long streaks in overall wins in a row and MAC wins in a row for Bowling Green. And kind of what you talked about, that shift that you've seen in this team since moving Derek Butler to the bench. 31 assists in the past 2 games for Bowling Green. That's the most in a 2-game stretch by this team this season. We do have some things to keep an eye out for looking at this game. Javante Campbell, 2 steals away from tying Anthony Stacy and David Jenkins for the 4th most steals in a single season in Bowling Green history. And then Dejon Humphrey, he is 31 points away from reaching 1,000 career points. And we've kind of been tracking this Javante Campbell thing for a lot of the season now. He's 12 steals away from DeMar Moore's BG single season record of 82, 33 away from the MAC record held by Ball State's Bonzi Wells of 103.
Yeah, I mean, he's just incredibly consistent defensively, plays the ball really well, great off-ball defender too. You can see him constantly moving on the defensive end, trying to get those steals. He also strikes me as a guy that not only steps up in the steals department, but that also could start stepping up in the rebound department. A few weeks ago, Coach Simon asked for one of his guards to step up into a rebounding role with injured players out, like Yo-Yo and Towns. With them gone, that takes away a lot of their height, and a lot of the rebounding falls on Felt. So to have a guard like Campbell step up and get boards is a huge thing for the Falcons, and he's kind of been doing it slowly as the season's gone on.
We're about 40 seconds away from Ohio's starting lineup getting introduced, and of course the BG lineup. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a second, but before that, give me some quick keys to the game for both these teams if they want to come out of here, the Stroh Center, with a win today.
For Ohio, they need to not do what they did against Appalachian State in their last game. They shot horribly from the field. Pretty much everyone had a terrible game for the Bobcats. So simply getting their mojo back and shooting how they usually do. Key to the game for the Falcons is rebounding. It always is. It always will be. But they need to step up in the rebounding department on the defensive end especially. It can't just fall to Felt. It needs to end up on other people's shoulders too.
So the starting lineups are in for both these teams. For Ohio, it'll be Jackson Paveletsky, the junior guard from Kimberly, Wisconsin. He'll be joined by A.J. Clayton, really the center of this Ohio Bobcats offense. A.J. Brown joining them, redshirt sophomore guard, 6'4". It'll be, not A.J. Sheldon, pardon me, Sharif Mitchell, 6'1" graduate guard from Omaha, Nebraska. And then alongside them, Elijah Elliott, freshman guard, 6'3". So outside of Clayton, who's 6'8", 245, pretty small lineup overall for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and they typically do that just with the amount of guard talent that they have. They like to mix up the starting lineup quite a bit, shake things up depending on, I think it depends on the opponent they're facing. But they know BG doesn't really have the height right now, so they're probably playing small ball too.
And then for Bowling Green, we kind of referenced it. Derek Butler not in the starting lineup again for the fourth straight game. It'll be Trey Thomas, the senior guard from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Jemai Felt, the Boston, Massachusetts native, standing at 6'10". Javante Campbell, junior guard, we mentioned him. He's been a huge factor on defense for Bowling Green this season. We'll see. I haven't seen if he still has that brace on his right hand. You'd imagine he will. It has been affecting his shooting quite a bit, but he's worked around it. Dejon Humphrey, senior guard for the Falcons, gone back into the starting lineup for Derek Butler. And then rounding it out is Marcus Johnson, currently leading the MAC in scoring at 16.7 points per game. So the Falcons are about to come out here, Hunt Video playing in the Stroh Center. We're going to step away for about 30 seconds, and when we come back, we will have tip-off here at the Stroh Center between BGSU men's basketball and the Ohio Bobcats. Tyler Kablitz, Andrew Smith here. You are listening to BGSU men's basketball on Falcon Radio.
To listen to replays of recent Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts, tune into WBGU 88.1 FM every weekday morning from midnight to 3 a.m.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Welcome back here to the Stroh Center. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday night for this action battle between Bowling Green men's basketball and the Ohio Bobcats. Bowling Green's lineup being introduced here out on the court. It is a whiteout night here at the Stroh Center. A decent showing crowd. We'll see the student section still. You'd like that to fill out a little more than it is. We'll see how much that does get filled out, Andrew, but this is set to be a pretty, I think, going to be a pretty good contest. We'll see which team can come out of the gate fastest, or if it's going to be a tight first half.
Well, the Falcons all season have come out of the gates quick. The problem for them has been finishing at the end. The starters get tired, they can't hit their shots in the second half. Something or another happens and the lead slips away. So if you're going to put another key to the game on the Falcons, it's closing out, hitting your shots for the whole way through, and not just falling off either at the end of the first half or the beginning of the second.
Ohio wearing their signature dark green jerseys with Ohio script in white on the chest, white lettering and numbering. Bowling Green, they have kind of like a Nike Elite white pattern on the side. Bowling Green going to be going with their whites with script orange Falcons across the chest, brown numbering. They are 3-2 in these jerseys this season, 9-5 overall in them in the Todd Simon era. In the center, it's going to be A.J. Clayton and Jemai Felton to tip off as we still have to wait for yet another hype video to play before we get the officials to tip this one off. Once again, starters for each team: Pavletsky, Clayton, Brown, Mitchell, Elliott for Ohio, Thomas, Felt, Campbell, Humphrey, and Johnson for BG. Felt and Clayton at the midcourt logo to tip it off. Jemai Felt wins the battle for Bowling Green. They'll start with the ball. They are going left to right across your radio dials, heading into the Falcon Fanatics student section. Ohio will go from right to left. Trey Thomas with the ball. Picks up his dribble, drops it off here. Jemai Felt top of the key. Felt back to Thomas on the right wing. He gets double teamed up top. They let off the pressure. He's driving against Sharif Mitchell. Picks up his dribble at the low block. Kicks out to Dejon Humphrey. 3 on the shot clock. Humphrey pulls up for a triple. Top of the arc, gets it to go.
And that's what Humphrey has brought to the starting lineup ever since he's rejoined it. Hitting those 3 balls has been key to these past Falcon W's.
5 for 11 from deep over his past 3 games. This Ohio defense not good at defending 3-point shooting. They allow opponents to shoot 37.8%, the 8th worst mark in the country. As the Falcons steal this one away, Javante Campbell comes up with it, trying to pass it to Jemai Felt. They lose it. Ohio will take it back the other way. Now Campbell with another deflection. Dejon Humphrey going to take it. Humphrey will drop off to Thomas. He's going to pick up his dribble, get it up top to a wide open Marcus Johnson. He pulls the trigger just short off front iron. Missed opportunity there early by the Falcons to go up 6-0.
Yeah, but Ohio can't keep leaving Johnson wide open. I understand it's a fast break there, but he's going to hit those more times than not.
Ball moves up top here. Elliott with it, gives it off to Clayton. Triple, no good, rebounded by Felt. Should note that Campbell already has those 2 steals, now tied for the 4th most steals in a single season in BG history as he works inside here and gets a layup to go. So Bowling Green up 5-0, about 2 minutes played in this one. On the other end, driving inside is going to be Pavletsky. He will get fouled. I believe they're going to say the shot is no good. It will be a shooting foul, or it will be before the shot by Campbell, so they will inbound baseline. Mitchell with the ball, top of the key, guarded by Jemai Felt, mismatch, gets it inside to Clayton. Clayton was guarded by Trey Thomas down low. That's the matchup that Ohio wanted. Easy layup for the 6'8" Clayton. 5-2 Bowling Green leads, 17:50 to play in the first half. Trey Thomas gives it off to Jemai Felt. Felt back to Thomas. Thomas finds Felt inside off the pick and roll. Jemai Felt hammers it home.
That's something we have not seen a lot of this season, pick and roll by Felt and Thomas, and it works beautifully there.
Got Clayton to come off Felt, leave him wide open down low. Pass here almost misses A.J. Brown. He comes up with it. He's going to do a pull-up 3. Very odd shooting motion. That one looks like he really forced it. Off front iron, no good. Marcus Johnson brings it up the other way. He'll spot up for a triple. Gets it to go. Bowling Green with the early 10-2 lead. Jeff Bowles walks out to the 3-point line to call a timeout.
And this is what we talked about, the Falcons starting off hot. We just need them to keep this going. 2 quick threes and an easy bucket from Felt puts them up 10-2. Ohio not playing great right now. They've pulled up for 2 threes themselves that neither one of them go, and you can see head coach Jeff Bowles screaming at his team.
I got to tell you, Andrew, Jeff Bowles, tremendous head coach. Coached as an assistant for so many years, notably at Ohio State from 2009 to 2016. His sixth year here at Ohio University. He walked out to the three-point line to call that 30-second timeout. He was ripping into them, and then he clapped a few times. We could hear it up here through our headsets. Not happy with his team so far. This is what you want to see from Todd Simon's squad. 10-2 up early as we're back underway here. 3 minutes past, still haven't reached a media timeout. You always want to force a team to take a timeout before the media timeout if you can. And Bowling Green gets that to happen. Pavletsky kicks it into the corner. Sharif Mitchell wide open, drains the triple. And Toledo cuts the deficit down to 5.
That's this Ohio team responding to what their coach had to say in the huddle.
Jemai Felt gives it off to Trey Thomas. Ohio's doing that a lot. They're double teaming a guard up top as Marcus Johnson throws it away. Taking it the other way is A.J. Brown. He'll kick it out to Mitchell. Mitchell will pull another triple. Sharif Mitchell bringing Ohio back into this one. 10-8 the score after 2 triples by Mitchell.
And that's why this Ohio team is so lethal. They all shoot very decent clips from 3.
Marcus Johnson now working it inside. Puts up a right-handed floater off the low block. That goes. Marcus Johnson up to 5 early points. Bowling Green extends their lead back to 4, 12-8. Next stoppage will get us to our under 16 media timeout. Brown driving inside, puts up an acrobatic layup, will not go, but he is fouled. I believe that was Dejon Humphrey. See who they assigned it to. They will assign it to Humphrey, so that'll be Humphrey's first, and that'll take us to our under 16 media timeout. 15:54 to play in the first half. Bowling Green leads Ohio 12-8. You are listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
This is Jay Crawford, former ESPN SportsCenter anchor and proud former member of the BGRSO sports organization right here. You're listening to 88.1 FM, WBGU HD1 and HD2, broadcasting more games than any other student-run organization in the country.
Hi, my name's Emma Stransky. I'm a winger for BGSU women's soccer. My 4 favorite animals are ferret, because I have 2 and they're the cutest things ever. Falcon, because we're BG. Fox, because Chris Fox, our coach. And then a flamingo, because I think that they're pretty.
Well, Andrew, that's about the best start you could have hoped for Bowling Green. Go up 10-2 early. Ohio has cut it down to 12-8. But the Falcons still up here, force Jeff Bowles to take an early timeout, and they really have the momentum still.
Yeah, other than those 2 3-pointers they gave up to Mitchell, the Falcons have played great defense. Campbell obviously with 2 quick steals in the early going, and they have turned it into offense, something that they've struggled with all season. But they found their shooters on the outside, and they've also drawn up plays to get Johnson, that uncontested, for the most part, floater, and did a pick and roll between Thomas and Felt, something we haven't seen all season, and clearly something Ohio was not expecting from the Falcons.
Yeah, and they've really had a great game plan against what Ohio's tried to do on defense.
Absolutely.
We're seeing more when Bowling Green tries to pick up top, but even not, Ohio's going to bring up a defender from the paint and try to do a quick trap and double team a Bowling Green guard. And the Falcons have been doing a great job of getting around that.
A double team not unlike what the Falcons have done in the past.
A.J. Brown is at the line after that timeout, makes the first, 87% on the season. That's the 3rd best mark in the Mid-American Conference. Not a guy Bowling Green's going to want to let get to the line often in this one.
No.
As he hits both to cut Bowling Green's lead to 2.
Well, these are the, we didn't talk about it in the pregame, but these are the 2 best free throw shooting teams in the MAC. Ohio's the number 1, Bowling Green's the number 2.
Foul trouble going to be very important to watch in this one. Ohio showing a little bit of pressure before Bowling Green passes it across the timeline. They back off. Trey Thomas at the midcourt logo wearing a white headband. Only Falcon wearing a headband here right now. Thomas works inside. Left-handed layup does not go, but he is fouled, goes to the ground. He'll be helped up and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
A.J. Sheldon of the Bobcats, I don't think he thought he fouled Thompson there. Thomas, sorry. He seemed upset about that one, but I believe he did catch him on the hand and not the ball.
Thomas hits his first at the line. Trey Thomas this season, 80% from the free throw line. He's shooting above 83% in Mid-American Conference play. That one rattles out, spins out, will not go. Bowling Green leads by 3, 13-10, 15:30 to play. Working inside is Pavletsky. He'll kick out here to Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside, double team down low by Butler and Exact. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Ohio ball. Bowling Green not liking that call.
Butler and Exact with some great defense there.
Those really have been the two bench guys that have stepped up for this Bowling Green team. Mitchell with it, left wing. Gives it inside here to Searles, newly checked in. He gets a hook shot over Marcus Johnson, but it comes up short. Braylon Green gets the rebound. Green kicks it to Butler. Butler trying to work inside. Going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing towards Ohio.
That was a very quick jump ball call.
Yeah.
I think a good one, but just a very quick one.
Yeah.
Butler tried to rip through, and I mean, Ohio guys got a hand on the ball. So
on the court right now for Bowling Green, Trey Thomas and Marcus Johnson the only starters in there. They're joined by Derek Butler, Braylon Green, Wilkins Jr. Exact. For Ohio, it's Pavletsky, Mitchell, and then off the bench, Sheldon, James, and Searles. We have Mitchell going to the ground inside the paint. We're going to have a foul call on Bowling Green. That'll go on Marcus Johnson. That'll be his first.
Johnson going to the ref now to talk to him. I think he thought he'd been pushed into Sheldon
He
by
will
Searles.
sub out. Jemai Felt will come in for him. Pavletsky, spot up jumper, will not go. And Butler pushed the rebound to Exact. Exact gives it to Butler up top. Butler making his move inside, pulls up at the free throw line, will not attempt a shot, still dribbling. At the MAC logo in the paint, gets a layup off, does not go, a little too strong.
Butler, a little bit of ball hogging there, tried to keep it himself and do something with it. I don't hate it, but you need it to fall when you do it.
Drained by Elmore James for Ohio. That'll tie this one up 13 apiece.
Another open three given up by the Falcons. They can't let this team shoot threes. They all shoot at an above 35% clip.
Trey Thomas inside. Running floater, I should say, will not go. On the other end, Mitchell faked a three. Ball finds A.J. Sheldon up top. He drives inside past Jemai Felt. Can't finish the layup. Bowling Green scoreless for approaching 2 minutes straight. Braylon Green with the ball, far side wing, gives it to Thomas, top of the key. Now over to Exact on the near side wing. Exact working inside. Spins around, trying to get inside. Layup does not go off glass, rebounded by Sharif Mitchell. Mitchell will push the pace for Ohio on the other end. Gives it off here to Elmore James. Bowling Green wanted to travel on Mitchell. They don't get the call. James kicks it over to Pavletsky. Finds down low here to Searles. Searles works around. Jemai Felt gets the floater to go. Ohio takes their first lead of this one. 15-13, 13 minutes to play in the first half.
That's great defense by Felt. Just a better bucket by Searles.
A.J. Clayton getting ready to check in for Ohio. Also have Humphrey and Campbell getting ready to check in for BG. Good ball movement up top by Bowling Green. Thomas to Exact to Green. Green trying to work inside along the baseline. Ball gets kicked out from him, but it will be a foul called on Ohio. We'll see who they assign it to. It'll be Elmore James, his first, and now we're going to have mass substitutions by both teams. Exact and Thomas going to check out for Campbell and Humphrey for Bowling Green.
I think it's good that Coach Simon is recognizing that Thomas needs more rest in these games.
Yeah.
He comes up big for the Falcons so often, and he needs his breaks.
For Ohio, it's Sharif Mitchell and Vic Searles out. A.J. Brown, A.J. Clayton back in. Braylon Green driving with it for Bowling Green. Trying to work inside on the right side. Now gets there to get a layup off, kind of fadeaway floater. Will not go, but he is fouled. That'll be against A.J. Brown. That'll be his first. Nobody in foul trouble yet. Have a few players with one personal foul each, and that's it.
Braylon Green, not the best free throw shooter the Falcons have, shooting 55% from the charity stripe.
As he misses that one. Something he's really struggled with in his first season here at Bowling Green. Now just 12 for 23 from the line on the season.
I think there's a very high ceiling for Green, though. He's got incredible speed, and as long as they put him through the correct development with his shot, especially from 3 and at the line, I think he'll do great things.
He's one of the most athletic players, if not the most athletic player on this team. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Clayton's three-pointer comes up short. Braylon Green taking it the other way. Gives it off to Butler inside. Butler gets contact on the layup. No foul called. Shot does not go. Pavletsky taking it the other way. Gets a pass off. Butler hit him from behind. I don't think we have a foul called. It'll be Bowling Green ball. Butler was chasing him down the entire way. Kind of gave him a shoulder into his back. Forced Pavletsky to go errant on the pass. No foul called. Bowling Green gets the ball back. Hustle play there on defense from Derek Butler.
Yeah, when they didn't call the foul, it seemed that they were going to have to give Bowling Green the ball. If they had called the foul, which I think would have been the correct call, Ohio would have taken possession. But as it stands, Coach Bowles and the Bobcats are very upset about that one.
Marcus Johnson back in the game for Bowling Green. He comes in for Derek Butler. Johnson going to be double teamed before he can cross the timeline. He'll give it off to Javante Campbell. Campbell will run the offense, still wearing that brace on his right hand. Is able to dribble with both hands. You probably won't see him shoot much, though. Gives it off to Humphrey, finds a wide open Braylon Green in the corner. He can't connect. Marcus Johnson with the offensive rebound. Johnson was working on the 6'1" A.J. Sheldon down low. Missed three-pointer by Dejon Humphrey. Marcus Johnson, another offensive rebound. He's going to drive in on Clayton, goes to the ground trying to get a pass off, and we're going to have a foul called in the court. And I believe that will be an offensive foul. I saw motion. I think they're going to get Marcus Johnson the offensive foul. So 2 offensive rebounds for him on the possession. And actually, they're going to say it's a turnover. So I think he stepped out of bounds. Okay. I was wondering where the offensive foul was. He stepped out of bounds, baseline, trying to get a pass off. Yeah. And that'll lead us to another media timeout. Ohio with the slight edge, 15-14 over Bowling Green. 11:31 to play in the first half. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Hi, I'm Jaden Progerio on the women's soccer team, and I'm doing my Falcon 4 favorite places in BG. First would have to be Meyer, second would have to be Juniper, third would have to be the beach, and number 4 would be the fires behind the business building. Thanks.
Falcon Men's Golf will participate in MAC A10 match play in Dade City, Florida on Monday, February 10th and Tuesday, February 11th. Falcon Media Sports Network Sean Connolly will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Ohio with the slight edge over Bowling Green, 15-14, still 11:31 to play in this first half, over half of the first half left to play. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Andrew Smith. Andrew, both teams have gotten kind of cold here in the past 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's one of those cold stretches for the Falcons that they so often hit in games, but also Ohio is kind of helping them out, going cold themselves. Both teams unable to make a 3 right now, and also unable to make layups and floaters. So we're going to see what happens here. Probably one of these teams will get hot. Maybe both of them will get hot. Hopefully both, because then it would make it for a very good match.
We will have to wait and see. Pavletsky takes the ball up the court for Ohio. I believe he's the only player in this one yet to check out. Don't think he's seen any time on the bench so far. Finds a wide open A.J. Clayton down low. Clayton slams it home with 2 hands.
And Felt not on the floor right now, and the Bobcats get the switch they want, and Clayton with an easy dunk.
We'll see how long that stays the same. Right now the matchup is Clayton against Marcus Johnson, although they have mismatched Trey Thomas onto him. Good ball movement up top from Bowling Green. Marcus Johnson finds it. 3-pointer off back iron will not fall. Pavletsky pushing the pace for the Bobcats. Works inside past Trey Thomas. His finger roll layup will not go, came up short. Trey Thomas takes the ball for Bowling Green, kicks it to Campbell. Campbell back up top to Thomas. Now Javante with it, working on the near side wing. Gives it off to Marcus Johnson on the low block. Johnson triple teamed, finds exact in the corner. Now Trey Thomas, far side wing, jacks up a triple, does not go. A.J. Clayton comes flying in for the rebound.
Falcons need to draw up a play or something to get somebody open.
3-pointer up top by Elmore James, comes up short. Both teams ice cold right now. Trey Thomas with the ball for Bowling Green, orchestrating the offense. Gives it off to Campbell. Campbell, you know, Ohio's defense playing off of him. They know he is not going to shoot these triples. Exact throws it away. Pavletsky with the ball. Up top to Clayton. Now to the wing to Brown. Brown working on Thomas. Step back 3-pointer off the top of the backboard, but he was fouled by Thomas. That'll be Thomas's first.
A.J. Brown, incredibly quick, fast off the ball jumper, good 3-point shooter as well. Shoots a very, very good clip from the line at 87%.
Missed the end of last season after suffering an injury in December. That one rattles in from the line. This season, though, he is averaging 13 points a game, second most on this Ohio team. Mass substitutions for both teams. 2 new players in for each squad. As Brown goes 2 for 2 from the line. Dejon Humphrey, Wilkins Jr. exact check out. Derek Butler, Jemai Felt in for Bowling Green. For Ohio, A.J. Sheldon and Pavletsky, he checks out for the first time. Sharif Mitchell, Elijah Elliott, and Vic Searles, and A.J. Clayton also checks out as Trey Thomas gets the shot to go. Mid-range jumper there for Thomas. 16-19, Bowling Green trails.
That's a nice play by Thomas, recognizing he couldn't get the ball to Felt there and simply finding himself an easy shot.
Deep 3-pointer here by Mitchell, does not go. Ohio's 1 for 5 on their last 5 3-point attempts. Marcus Johnson working inside. Layup does not go, but he has fouled. Marcus Johnson, an excellent free throw shooter in his own right. He will go to the line for 2. Chance to bring Bowling Green within 1.
Marcus Johnson kind of struggling a little bit at the beginning of this one and also struggled in last game as well. Only 9 points to his name after getting 22 against NIU.
Johnson hits the first from the line, shooting 89.7% from the free throw line this season. He's now made, Andrew, 21 consecutive free throw attempts.
He's got a great shooting form, and when you give him the ability just from the line in his typical form, no one guarding him, he's not going to miss often.
22 straight free throws made by Marcus Johnson, the MAC's leading scorer, brings Bowling Green within 1, 19-18. Under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Sharif Mitchell with the ball for Ohio. Ball finds Searles inside, guarded by Jemai Felt. Searles working on Felt, picks up his dribble, gives it off here to Sheldon. He gets it to Searles. He'll launch a triple. That goes for Vic Searles. Just his 4th 3-pointer made all season.
I mean, he wants the opportunity to do that most likely. Most big men would love their chances to shoot threes and just cashes in.
Braylon Green working around a Jemai Felt screen. inside the paint, double team, kicks it out. Derek Butler, triple attempt. He goes to the ground. It overshoots the rim. Ohio takes it the other way. It's Mitchell with the ball. Gives it to Searles. Mismatch. He's guarded by Trey Thomas. Searles works in. Jemai Felt touched the ball above the can. That's going to be a defensive interference there. Shot will go on the goaltending. And we will reach the under 8 media timeout on that whistle. 24-18, Ohio pulls out to a 6-point advantage. Bowling Green 1 for 10 on their last 10 shots from the field. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Ohio up 24-18, 6-point advantage, their largest of the game. They're on a 5-0 run over the past minute and change. But Andrew, more concerning for the Falcons might be Jemai Felt looked a little banged up after that last play.
Yeah, it looked like Felt either got the wind knocked out of him, jammed his finger on the rim there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he seems to be okay. They didn't take him back. He's in the huddle with his team. He seems to be okay. Hopefully we'll see him back out there, if not immediately in a couple minutes here.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Hopefully nothing too serious. For Jemai Felt, of course, missed past 2 seasons with back-to-back knee injuries, major knee injuries. He's been healthy for much of this season. Looks like he's going to start off on the bench. Will not go to the back, though, which is a good sign.
That is very good.
If you're a Bowling Green fan.
Felt is nothing but determination and hard work. It's no small feat coming back from injuries that like he's had to come back from. And he's done so this season, looking almost like a cyborg out there with a brace on his leg and a brace on his shoulder. Yeah. And he's pulled in so many rebounds and had great buckets and minutes for the Falcons all season long.
Tremendous story for Bowling Green. Rob Whitehurst, the trainer for the Falcons, was looking at him in that media timeout. Braylon Green with the ball for Bowling Green. It's Thomas, Johnson, Butler, Green, and Exact on the floor. For Ohio, Brown, Mitchell, Elliott, Sheldon, and Searles. Butler with the ball, kicks it up top. Trey Thomas, he's got 3 in the shot clock, driving inside, falls to the ground, foul called. I believe that's going to go on Sharif Mitchell. It will, that'll be his first personal foul. Once again, Ohio up 24-18, 7:30 to play in the first half. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kablitz, Andrew Smith here with you. Trey Thomas inbounding for the Falcons. Inbounds it to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Searles. Now double teamed along with Mitchell. Exact's pass knocked away by Sheldon, but he gets it back. Exact drops it off to Johnson. Johnson working baseline. Backing down Searles. 3 in the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper to his right side will not go. Exact flying in, cannot secure the rebounds. Elijah Elliott, haven't said his name much today. He has the ball driving inside against Exact. Puts up a shot blocked by Wilkins.
Great job by Exact there. What he brings to this team is just absolute hustle at all times. Whatever Coach Simon asks of him, he's going to do it, no questions asked. And nothing but hustle on both the defensive and offensive end. He came flying in for the rebound on the offensive side, didn't get it, but gets the block on the other end of the floor.
0 for 1 from the floor, but he's got 3 rebounds and a block in 6 minutes. Sharif Mitchell with the ball, spins around Braylon Green. Green runs into a screen by Sheldon. But we're going to have a foul called on Green. Not exactly sure what they got him for there.
It looked like Clayton set a screen, and it was just a good screen, and Green bounced off it. I don't know what the call is there.
Big size difference there. Clayton listed at 245, Braylon Green 180. First shot inside by Clayton will not go. Diving to the ground for it. We have no whistle. That was Dejan Humphrey who knocked it away and came up with it for Bowling Green.
Dejan Humphrey, what a great diving effort there to get the ball.
Now Trey Thomas driving inside, blocked away by Clayton. He falls to the ground, but there's another foul called. Back-to-back possessions for Trey Thomas, where he's trying to drive inside and go onto the ground.
A.J. Sheldon continuing to complain, not to the refs. Oh, well, now he's gone to the refs to say something, but he's got a few fouls called him now. He's gotten upset about them, but just keep the cool head about it. A couple of them have been, one of them actually was kind of questionable, but just a little upset. I think mostly with himself for getting those called on him.
Thomas hit the first one from the line. This one rattles out 2 for 4 and 2 trips for Trey Thomas. Pavletsky with it, working against Thomas. Puts up the shot. Fadeaway does not go. Rebounded by Humphrey. Humphrey gives it off to Trey. Thomas with it, far side wing. Back up top to Johnson. Johnson now backing down Clayton. Gives it up top to Thomas. Now back to Johnson. Swings it over to Derek Butler, far side wing. 10 on the shot clock. Butler working inside of the paint. Finds his way inside. Uncontested layup goes for Derek Butler. Bowling Green within 3, 24-21, 5:45 and counting to play.
Butler, great job. Finally gets a shot that he wants inside.
Now spin move working inside here by Elijah Elliott. We're going to have an offensive foul on Elliott.
Looked like he threw his elbow a little bit against Thomas. Thomas fell to the ground. Maybe played it up a little bit for the refs, and they bought it, giving the ball back to BG. Bobcats going to press again.
That's something they've been doing quite a bit.
Yeah.
They haven't really fully committed to it yet.
Just a simple two-man press trying to trap the Falcons in the backcourt.
Derek Butler sends Elliott to the ground, goes up for a dunk. We're going to have a foul called, offensive foul on Butler getting to the rim. Dunk did not go. It was probably going to be a foul at the rim if the offensive foul was not called on Butler. We're seeing the replay here. Yeah, he lowers his shoulder quite a bit. Sends Elliott to the ground. That's, I think, a good call by the officials there. Pavletsky with it. Jackson Pavletsky gives it off to Clayton inside. Mismatch guarded by Javante Campbell. Campbell not able to do much. Easy 2 points for Clayton.
3 easy buckets for Clayton now. Simple layups, and they've all happened without Felt on the floor.
You can feel how much Bowling Green's missing Felt with Clayton's impact. Humphrey working inside. A little jumper goes in the painted area for Dejan Humphrey. Bowling Green in a holding pattern, staying 3 behind Ohio, 26-23. Back inside to Clayton, double team, this one stripped away. Campbell and Humphrey stripped it away. Humphrey comes up with the ball. Humphrey drops it off to Campbell. He'll drive inside, kick it out Marcus Johnson. Open 3 from the corner, does not go. Pavletsky pushing the pace the other way.
Johnson cannot seem to get a shot to go for himself here.
Now to Clayton, guarded by Johnson. Ohio likes this matchup. Clayton's a little hook shot there, does not go. He was looking for a foul, did not get it. Javante Campbell on the other end gets the layup to go. We're going to have an offensive foul on Javante Campbell lowered his shoulder. A couple offensive fouls in the past few possessions by the Falcons.
I am not sure about that call. The previous ones I wholeheartedly agreed with by the official, but that seems like a blocking foul. The defender's feet, who was that? Mitchell Mitchell's feet did not look set.
It kind of just looked like a physical transition trying to get to the rim. I mean, you had two guys, one backpedaling, one going forward, trying to put on a Euro step, it looked like.
Yeah.
Made a little contact, and I think Mitchell did a good job of selling it there.
Yeah, absolutely.
A.J. Brown gives it off to Elmore James. James back to Brown. Brown top of the key, guarded by Trey Thomas. Moving to his left, picks up his dribble, gives it to Pavletsky, top of the key. Humphrey almost poked it away. He goes to the ground. It's now to the corner. Jemai Felt back into this one. Not able to stop Vic Searles, though, who goes inside past Marcus Johnson to get the layup to go. Good sign for the Falcons. Jemai Felt back on the court.
Very good sign. They need him if they want any hope of defending Clayton and Searles consistently.
Marcus Johnson with the ball, top of the key. Pick and roll, Felt inside. He is fouled by Searles. Did not get the layup to go. He'll take a second to get up. And that'll bring us to our final media timeout of the first half. 3:19 remaining. Ohio up 5, 28-23. When we come back, Jemai Felt will be at the line for 2 free throws. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfield's junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, you know, the big crowd, you know, hearing them roar, the Falcon walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
Falcon Men's Golf will participate in MAC A10 match play in Dade City, Florida on Monday, February 10th and Tuesday, February 11th. Falcon Media Sports Network Sean Connolly will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Both teams still in their huddles in this media timeout. Ohio up on Bowling Green, 28-23. Both teams have kind of gone into another cold stretch here. 3:19 remaining in the first half. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Andrew Smith. Andrew, these teams basically been holding the same distance away from each other, that 3 to 5 point range, with Ohio ahead for a good 10 minutes now.
Yeah, neither one of these teams seemed to. They kind of got to that point where they both went cold, and then they both started making their points consistently. But at that point, Ohio was already up by a little, so we kind of just stayed at that place where. Each team is kind of matching the other's energy right now. Bowling Green needs to just be able to try to string a few buckets together, a few defensive shots together, and they're going to find themselves right back in this one. I would look to draw up another play for Felt. I know he's hurt right now, but he just managed to get to the line off a pick and roll play. So I think if you keep running the offense through Thomas and get people open, you're going to find yourself right back in this one.
Jemai Felt at the line to shoot 2. He was fouled right before we went to break. Makes the first, cuts it to a 4-point deficit.
Felt a 59% free throw shooter on the season.
Misses the second one. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Elmore James with the ball, driving inside, jumping floater, does not go. Offensive foul in Ohio. I believe they're going to get James for that. It will be an offensive foul on James.
How many offensive fouls is that this half?
It's got to be about 5, 6.
Yeah.
I mean, we're up there. I don't think we have stats for that, but it's been quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, not many of them have been egregious either. And
No.
I think we've agreed with all but 1 or 2 of them. So not a bad job by the officiating crew by any means. Marcus Johnson kicks it to Butler in the corner. Derek Butler nails the triple. Bowling Green back within 1, 28-27. We're going to have a stoppage by one of the officials, clean up a wet spot here in the corner. That's the far side corner, right in front of the Ohio bench.
Ohio's got to be a little upset with that one. They were kind of in a fast break situation. It gets halted. because of the cleaning crew coming out here.
I mean, they're taking a while here. I wonder if a drink spilled or something.
Yeah.
We got
possibly a player spilling a water or something.
Three student managers out there with towels, and one of the guys working for the Stroh Center with that mop. Quite the crew handling that wet spot there. They get it cleaned up, though, and we'll be back underway here. On the court for Bowling Green, Trey Thomas, Jemai Felt, Dejon Humphrey, Marcus Johnson, Derek Butler. For Ohio, Jackson Pavletsky, A.J. Brown, Sharif Mitchell, A.J. Sheldon, Vic Searles. Pavletsky with it, gives it to Searles. Back to Pavletsky. Trying to get a pick and roll to Searles. Knocked away by Marcus Johnson. Dejon Humphrey takes it.
Marcus Johnson doing a good job of disrupting that pick and roll there.
Step back jumper here by Derek Butler. Butler heating up inside the Stroh Center. Bowling Green takes the 1 point advantage, 29-28, approaching 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Derek Butler finally getting hot.
Deep three-pointer here by A.J. Sheldon, does not go. Jemai Felt skies for the rebounds. Derek Butler going to bring the ball up for Bowling Green. Step back, heat check time for Derek Butler. Off back rim, does not go. A.J. Sheldon secures the rebound. Sharif Mitchell will run the offense for Ohio. Mitchell to Searles, to Pavletsky, to Brown. Brown step back triple, no good. Derek Butler contains the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bowling Green with a 1 point advantage in a low scoring affair against Ohio 29-28. Butler loses the ball. Searles dives to the ground for it. He gets it, passes it off to A.J. Sheldon.
No foul called through any of that.
Kind of surprising. Sharif Mitchell driving inside. He is fouled as he puts up a shot. He'll go to the line for two. Ohio with a chance to take the lead.
Felt with that injury, you can tell it's kind of bothering him. He wasn't able to keep up with Sheldon there on the drive, and he ends up fouling him in a play where he usually ends up with a block.
He's holding his right side there a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been able to
I'm not
exactly
sure
nail
what
down
happened,
what
no.
is going on.
I don't think there was anybody really near him when he got the
He's
injury.
almost hunching over a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1-and-1, not two. That's my bad there. That's a free throw made, though, by Sharif Mitchell, so he will get 2 attempts. Mitchell, excellent from the line, 82.7%. Averaged 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists per game in 2 contests against Bowling Green last year.
They should clean up whatever wet spot Exact just fell down on. Took a spill.
Had to blow the whistle twice.
Yeah, checking in for Felt.
We've
Exact
had
slipped.
3 horns blown after 1 free throw made. little miscommunication down there on the Bill Frack court. That one by Mitchell puts Ohio ahead 30-29. Under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Trey Thomas with the ball. Gives it off to Exact, top of the key. Exact guarded by Clayton. Now gives it to Johnson, guarded by Searles. Johnson, spot up, jumper, off the bank, good. 31-30, Bowling Green takes the lead.
He finally gets a bucket to go, and that's what you're looking for, as Thomas picks up a foul onto Mitchell.
Just kind of a throwaway foul there. Didn't really want to pick that up. That's kind of a wasteful one.
Those are the types of fouls you definitely do not want.
He'll go to the bench here for Braylon Green. He'll catch a breather. So on the court for Bowling Green, it'll be Green, Humphrey, Johnson, Butler, Exact. For Ohio, Pavletsky, Clayton, Brown, Mitchell, and then the only bench player in the game is Searles. Mitchell hits the first from the line, ties it up once again at 31 apiece. Mitchell goes 2 for 2 from the line, puts Ohio ahead once again, 32-31. 65 seconds to play in the first half. These teams were in a rut for a little bit, but now they're trading leads back and forth here. Tight first half contest between Bowling Green and Ohio. Under a minute to play.
Which is exactly where Bowling Green wants to be in a contest like this against the 3rd best offense in the MAC. Just keeping up with them is a great place for the Falcons to be.
Green with it, gives it off to Johnson. Johnson pulls a deep triple, does not go. Rebounded by Pavletsky. Ohio will take the ball. About a 6-second difference between shot clock, game clock. Spot up triple by Pavletsky, no good. Wilkins Jr. Exact secures the rebound. Braylon Green will bring it up the court. Bowling Green will call a timeout. They'll game plan. They will have the final shot of the half if they want. 24.7 seconds on the clock. Shot clock off.
Yeah, you got to think Coach Simon is going to draw up some sort of play to get one of his three-point shooters open. I would not be surprised if he turned to Johnson here. Only down by one, so drawing a play for Johnson, if he misses, isn't the end of the world. But if he makes it, that's a boost of confidence for him going into halftime, which he severely needs after he's gone 3 for 8 from the field, which not terrible numbers, still the Falcons' leading scorer with 9 points, but is not something we typically see from him. Usually he's making a few more threes than this. He's gotten plenty of looks, 1 for 5 from deep.
Yeah.
And I'd say 4 out of 5 of those have been open or very lightly contested. So
he is the leading scorer for Bowling Green with 9, matching his total he had on Saturday against Coastal Carolina. The leading scorer in the contest is Sharif Mitchell for Ohio with 10. Inbounded to Trey Thomas. Under 20 seconds to play. Bowling Green will hold it here for the final shot. Thomas calling for a screen. Waved off. Now gets one from Jemai Felt. Works around it, driving inside. Puts up a layup, blocked away by A.J. Clayton. Goes out of bounds, 3.4 seconds remaining. Bowling Green maintains possession.
that's a great block by Clayton.
Trey Thomas to inbound. Trying to get it to Johnson. That one knocked away by A.J. Brown. 2.9 seconds now on the clock. Well enough time to get off a shot here.
But it needs to be a quick one.
Bowling Green trying to go into the half with a lead. Down by one, 32-31. Thomas looking for someone to inbound it to. Gets it to Johnson. Corner three, fading away to baseline. Marcus Johnson nails it. Bowling Green goes into half with the 2-point advantage, 34-32 on the miracle shot by Johnson.
What a shot by Johnson, fading into the corner out of bounds and put it almost over the backboard and in. That's the boost of confidence he needs going into halftime. Now 2 of 6 from deep.
What a shot and an energizer by Marcus Johnson, getting the fans in the Stroh Center on their feet and putting Bowling Green ahead going into halftime, 34-32. We will take a quick break here and come back to recap the first 20 minutes of action between the Falcons and Bobcats here on Falcon Radio. On October 26, 2024, BGSU cornerback Jordan Oladokin snagged 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 in BG's 41-26 win over rival Toledo. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus was on the call on Falcon Radio.
Minute 13 left to go. Ball picked off. Jordan Oladokin. He's got Green in front of him. Jordan Oladokin. 10, 5, touchdown Bowling Green. Ball game. 41-26, Bowling Green wins this year's edition of the Battle of I-75 up here in the Glass Bowl.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. On September 13th, BGSU men's soccer's Bennett Painter scored the game-winning goal against Northern Illinois, leading to the team getting nationally ranked. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel.
Gonna win that one initially. Head up again. Wins the second one, however. Back to Lane, back to Painter. That one's blocked, gets it back. Painter! Bennett Painter paints another masterclass at Cochran Stadium.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Christensen for BGSU men's soccer team, and this is my Falcon 4 favorite ice cream toppings. The first one, vanilla, because it's a classic. The second one, strawberry, and guess what? It's also a classic. Love that. And cookies and cream, because it's delicious. And the final one, banana. Banana.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our two stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. I Ziggy.
Hi, my name is Belle Abbey from BGSU Volleyball, and these are my Falcon 4 favorite movies. Number 1 is Shrek, because it's iconic. Love Actually, great rom-com. Step Brothers, also iconic. And Princess Bride.
BGSU women's basketball's Lauren Prohaska, the program's all-time leading scorer, set the program record for points scored in a game with 43 points on February 15, 2009 against Central Michigan. This has been history in Falcon Athletics. A little Squid Game action going on mid-court here at the Stroh Center. Halftime entertainment for the fans. Marcus Johnson gave us some entertainment at the end of the first half. Corner three fading away, baseline out of bounds over the backboard. 34-32. The score stands after that shot. Bowling Green ahead at halftime, Andrew.
Yeah, Marcus Johnson just said, I've played these games before, and he put one absolute swish over the backboard. Didn't have that strong a half, and then just towards the end there, made a nice bank shot, then made a clutch three. You could tell that he feels fired up. Humphrey, Campbell, Thomas Exact, and Butler all felt a little fired up after that one, celebrating with their teammate going into the locker room. And the Falcons look great right now. They're holding an offense that has scored 90 points on 3 separate occasions this season to 32 points in the first half, and they are playing great defense, picking up a bunch of steals and just playing all around great.
They definitely are. Something I think has changed in this team, and I think the difference has been moving Derek Butler to the bench and getting some balance in this first and second teams.
I would also say that bringing in Braylon Green and giving Exact a few more minutes has also helped this team out. They're not offering you a ton of scoring, but what they are doing is they're playing hustle defense. They're giving your starters a break and allowing them to rest. kind of picking up a little bit of what Ohio does. It's like, as Ohio loves to do trap defenses, so does the Falcons, and that takes a lot out of your starters. So Ohio constantly has been subbing players all season, switching around the starting lineup, and now Bowling Green is learning to do the same.
Now, before I get into any of the scoring and more of the stats that are pretty crucial, something that really stuck out to me looking at these halftime stats, there's only been 2 offensive rebounds this entire game so far, and Marcus Johnson has both of them.
And both of those kind of almost fell into his – well, one of them definitely fell into his lap.
Yeah.
The other he got – but that's – crazy considering what Johnson's offensive rebounding stats typically are.
I think it's just showing too how tough it is on the boards right now. I mean,
exactly.
It's thin margin. Bowling Green. I mean, we do have a couple team offensive rebounds, but those are more based on out of bounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Bowling Green leading the rebounding battle, just 18-16.
Yeah. Well, the Falcons have done great defensively on the board, especially, obviously, Felt's going to get his boards every single night. He's got 4 here already. Exact also has 4 rebounds. And on the offensive side of the glass, the Bobcats came in 11th in the MAC in offensive boards. And I said before the game, the Falcons need to get their rebounding going. And right now they're out-rebounding the Bobcats. I never said they needed to do it on the offensive glass. I just said they needed to out-rebound them.
Overall, so far, Bowling Green shooting 44.4% from the field, 4 for 12 from deep. They're just 6 for 10 from the line. Ohio shooting just 38.5% from the field. They are also 4 for 12 from deep, and they are a perfect 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. Marcus Johnson leads all scorers with 12. Derek Butler has 7. Humphrey with 5. Trey Thomas has 4. Jemai Felt 3. Javante Campbell 2. Braylon Green 1. Exact is the only Falcon to play so far without scoring, but he is tied for the team lead with Jemai Felt with 4 rebounds. On the other side, Ohio's leading scorer, Sharif Mitchell with 10. He's drained 2 triples. Vic Searles has 9. A.J. Clayton held to just 6 points in the first half, 3 for 7 shooting from the field, 0 for 2 from deep, and only 1 rebound. Tremendous job by the Bowling Green defense holding Clayton to that. A.J. Brown has 4, and Elmore James has 3. So the scoring pretty concentrated for this Ohio team. Overall, we mentioned 18-16, Bowling Green leads the rebounding battle. Ohio, 3 more assists than the Falcons, 8-5. BG, 8 turnovers and 9 fouls committed. Ohio also has 9 fouls committed. They've only turned the ball over 7 times. So still about 5 minutes to go before the start of second half action. Neither team on the court right now, Andrew. But looking at this second half, what do you want to see from both of these teams as Ohio takes the court?
From the Bobcats, since they're entering the floor right now, I would say they need to simply hit their threes. They are 4 for 12 from deep, which is the same as the Falcons, but they are a little more reliant on the 3 ball than the Falcons are, especially since Clayton has gone, I wouldn't say cold inside, but the Falcons are containing him. They're making sure he doesn't get his usual looks. So what the Bobcats need to do is they need to start hitting their 3 balls to open up the inside for Clayton, because if the Falcons are constantly worried about the Bobcat shooters, then they're not going to be able to close out on Clayton on the inside or rip the ball away from him and keep him from scoring. For the Falcons, I would say just don't take your foot off the gas. Keep hitting your shots. They had a few cold stretches there, and that's when Ohio either took the lead or went right or got right back in the game. So they just need to continue to hit their shots, continue to find good looks, continue to draw up plays that they know are going to get them those good looks, get them those open shots. Marcus Johnson needs to bring what he brought into those last couple minutes into the second half, and whatever Derek Butler was doing for most of that first half he just needs to keep doing because he played, I think, phenomenally. He had 7 points on 3 of 7 shooting to go along with a 1 rebound, and has just, I don't know, he seems very comfortable off the bench. Like you said earlier, it fits better.
So we will see how both these teams adjust in the second half. Two good head coaches in this one, Todd Simon for the Falcons and Jeff Bowles for Ohio. Still about 2.5 minutes before second half action begins. We're going to take a break for a couple minutes here, and then when we come back, we will have the start of the second half between Bowling Green and Ohio. BGSU men's basketball up 34-32 on the Bobcats. Tyler Kavlitz here, Andrew Smith. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball on Falcon Radio.
This is Jay Crawford, former ESPN SportsCenter anchor and proud former member of the BGRSO sports organization right here. You're listening to 88.1 FM, WBGU HD1 and HD2, broadcasting more games than any other student-run organization in the country.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my fourth one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name that too.
Hello, my name is Reko Badurov. I play for the BGSU men's soccer team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number one, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
We are ready for second half action between Bowling Green and Ohio here at the Stroh Center. Falcons ahead of the Bobcats 34-32 after the first 20 minutes of action. Ohio now will be going left to right. They will be going and shooting into the Falcon Fanatic student section. Bowling Green will be going away from the student section. They will be going right to left across your radio dials. On the court for Ohio is going to be Pavletsky, Clayton, Elijah Elliott, looks like Sharif Mitchell and A.J. Brown. For Bowling Green, going to be Javante Campbell, Trey Thomas, Dejan Humphrey, Jemai Felt, and Marcus Johnson. Johnson leading all scorers with 12 points. Had the great three-point shot in the corner, fading away, baseline out of bounds to end the first half. He has the ball now. Gives it off to Trey Thomas, top of the key, around the midcourt logo. Thomas driving to his right, almost goes to the ground once again, but he's fouled. Thomas doing a good job of drawing these fouls while driving to the rim today.
Absolutely, and that will be Sheldon's second foul. Yes, it will be.
Trey Thomas will inbound for Bowling Green. Gives it to Javante Campbell. Campbell drives inside, puts up the layup, does not go. Offensive rebound by Jemai Felt. He's fouled on the way up.
And that's Felt's first offensive rebound of the game and only the third total offensive rebound for the game.
Felt will go to the line for 2 free throws. He's 1 for 2 on the day. On the season, just 58.5% coming into the game. Hits the first one. No substitutions yet by either team. Just about 30 seconds into the second half. Felt goes 2 for 2 from the line. Bowling Green up 36-32. One stat I didn't really mention during that halftime break is while Bowling Green led at the break, Ohio led for almost 12 minutes of the first half. Bowling Green just about 6.5 minutes. So Ohio did control action for much of the first 20 minutes of the game. As now Javante Campbell going to get called for a foul. That'll be his third. Something to keep an eye on as Campbell heads to the bench with Derek Butler coming in. Pavletsky with it. Driving inside, kicks it out, wide open. A.J. Clayton three-pointer does not go. Dejon Humphrey gets the rebound. Clayton 0 for 3 from deep now. Derek Butler driving inside, picks up his dribble, fadeaway jumper inside the painted area, does not go. Rebounded by A.J. Brown. Brown kicks it to Mitchell. That was Elliott, by the way, on the rebound, not Brown. My bad there. Three-pointer no good by Brown. Trey Thomas with the rebound. Marcus Johnson with it, left wing, jacks up a triple. Marcus Johnson gets it to go.
And sometimes all you can do as a defender is just nod your head in respect to the offensive player, and that's what Elliott did there to Marcus Johnson.
And now A.J. Clayton trying to execute a handoff to A.J. Brown. Gets lost in transition and rolls out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. Bowling Green will take it the other way on an 8-0 run over the past 2.5 minutes. They lead by 7, 39-32. 18.5 minutes to play. Marcus Johnson with it just inside the three-point arc. Guarded by Elijah Elliott, working on a baseline. Picks up his dribble, moves right-left a little bit, creates space, his jumper no good. Elliott kicks it to the corner for Brown. Brown driving inside. Felt comes flying in trying to block it. He sends Brown to the ground. The layup was good, no foul called. Trey Thomas gives it off to Johnson. Inside to Felt. Felt's layup's good. Bowling Green up 41-34.
Very surprising, no call there on the other end. It looked like Brown got fouled.
On the other end here for Ohio, Elijah Elliott, floater inside the paint, gets it to go, and one opportunity coming up for Elliott. Trey Thomas going to get his third foul of the game. Something to keep an eye on now for Bowling Green. Trey Thomas, Javante Campbell, both with 3 fouls. 2 crucial guards for this BG team.
And now Trey Thomas and Felt getting subbed out for Green and Exact. I'm very surprised A.J. Brown didn't pick up a foul there. He made a great pump fake move, drove baseline, and Felt swarmed him and just no call.
Interesting no call for sure. At the line, Elijah Elliott converts the old-fashioned three-point play. 41-37, Bowling Green leads by 4, 17:45 to play. Marcus Johnson with the ball. He has a game-high 15 points. Gives it off to Braylon Green. The sophomore guard from Southfield, Michigan with the ball. Under 10 on the shot clock. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Clayton. Switches off here. And we're going to have a blocking foul called. Johnson lowered his shoulder trying to get a spin move around Elijah Elliott. Elliott took the bump. The official's going to say his feet were not set. He gets called for the defensive foul.
And Elliott pleading his case to the official, but accepts the call. Being a good sport about it. I do think that he was kind of mid-step.
Braylon Green inbounds it here to Dejon Humphrey. Finishes under the rim. 43-37, BG leads by 6.
I love how Dejon Humphrey, after every single bucket he gets, or every single bucket his teammates get, he gets very excited.
Mitchell working inside now. Heavy contact. He lost the ball. Dejon Humphrey got sent to the floor, but Humphrey drew the offensive foul. Pounds the ground multiple times, getting hyped up. Bowling Green gets possession back.
This is what I mean. This is what Humphrey brings to this team. He gets you some buckets. He makes some plays for you. Will draw the occasional charge.
He set his feet clean there.
What he does best is he brings absolute excitement and enthusiasm, and it's just a huge hype train for the Falcons.
Braylon Green with the ball for Bowling Green. Chance to really put a stamp on this Bowling Green run recently. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson almost lost it, gets the ball back. Top of the key for Marcus Johnson. He's double teamed, gives it to Humphrey. Humphrey pulls the trigger on a three-pointer. That goes. Dejon Humphrey taking over the action for Bowling Green. Missed three-pointer on the other end. Braylon Green flies in for the rebound. Green pushing the pace for BG. Working inside. Double team down low. Lost the ball. Ohio's going to take it. Pavletsky with it. Gives it off the, that's Brown working inside. Misses the layup. We do have a foul called on BG. Falcons on a 5-0 run over the past 92 seconds. They lead by 9 now, 46-37, 16-20 to play. Braylon Green gets aside his second personal foul of the game.
And Coach Simon is going to talk to Braylon Green right now. Green, only a sophomore, definitely has some things to work on. I think the main thing for Braylon Green, though, is simply his composure. He is a great player, has great athleticism, great potential. He just gets too excited in the moment, loses the ball there on one end of the floor, and then picks up the foul in transition on the other end.
First free throw was no good by Brown.
Falcon faithful, sensing the importance of these free throws, making some loud noise here.
He goes 1 for 2 from the line. Braylon Green with the ball for BG. Marcus Johnson now with it. Mid-range jumper does not go. Ohio takes it the other way, down by just. We're going to have no whistle here, but a stoppage in action. That was a little confusing. Didn't hear a whistle. Everyone just kind of stopped what they were doing, though, as it's going to be a foul, it looks like, on Dejon Humphrey, which will take us to the media timeout. So Ohio trails by 8, 46-38. And we have 15:59 left to play here in the second half of this one. BG on a 5-1 run currently. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
Hi, I'm Peyton O'Malley with women's soccer here at BG, and my Falcon 4 pregame rituals is going to Trop, praying, singing songs in the locker room, and our mental prep on the field.
On September 16, 2017, BG Volleyball's Kelly Simon recorded 44 digs in 5 sets against Seton Hall, the second most in program history. This has been history in Falcon athletics.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. 46-38, Bowling Green leads Ohio. Just under 16 minutes to play in this contest. Bowling Green's come out aggressive in the second half, Andrew. What have you seen from this Falcon squad that's gotten them success here in the first 4 minutes of the second half?
I'd say aggression and hustle defensively and on the boards too. Picked up a couple offensive boards now here in the second half, and also have been playing great defense, hustle defense. Braylon Green, Exact, Felt, all doing great things defensively. Thomas picked up a foul there. Not really one you want to pick up. I think he's still at 3 personal, which is something to keep an eye on with almost 16 minutes left in this one. He's got to be careful the rest of the way. But all around, Falcons playing great defense and picking up some good hustle stats, which is what they need to stick this lead.
In the second half, Bowling Green's 4 for 8 from the field. They've hit both triples they've taken. Ohio's just 2 for 5 from the floor, 0 for 3 from deep. Brown will inbound to Pavletsky. On the court for Ohio, Pavletsky, Brown, Sheldon, James, and Searles. For BG, it's Felt, Humphrey, Johnson, Butler, and Green. Searles down low, guarded by Felt. Shot does not go. Good contest by Felt. And Felt now sends Humphrey and Searles to the ground as Searles was containing the offensive rebound. That'll be a foul on Dejon Humphrey. They're going to sign him.
Felt looked like he contested the first shot very cleanly, and then it looked like he was trying to contest the second one that never came.
Kind of just like bowling pins falling down to the floor there.
Exactly.
Got to hand it to this crew here today. A lot of cleanup on the court needed so far. They've done a good job with it, though. We're going to have an offensive foul on Ohio. It's going to go on Vic Searles.
Yeah, that's an illegal screen every time. He stuck, kind of set the screen, and then as I think it was Butler passed by, he kind of stuck his leg out to stop him.
Derek Butler working inside on the other end. Spin move to get into the paint. Converts the layup.
Derek Butler with a pretty move inside.
10-point advantage for the Falcons, 48-38. Dejon Humphrey going to get called for another foul. He gallops across the court in frustration. Todd Simon has to calm him down. Almost like hip checked an Ohio player there. Got in the lane a little bit. They're going to call the foul on Dejon Humphrey. Todd Simon going to seek an explanation. Simon's got to be careful here. He's getting heated. We're going to have warnings issued to both benches by the officials.
Which is fair. Both coaches have kind of been fully on the floor at multiple points. But if you're Dejon Humphrey, you have a right to be upset. That's 3 straight fouls called on you, and 2 of them have been not extremely questionable, but a little bit questionable, especially that last one. And just, you don't want to pick up those fouls. And
4 personal fouls for Dejon Humphrey. Andrew.
4. Whew.
Elmore James wide open, triple goes. Ohio gets back within single digits, 48-41. BG leads, 15 minutes to play. Marcus Johnson inside, layup goes. Kind of just working his way inside, flicked that one up, and it rolled in off the rim. Elmore James, another triple goes.
Elmore James, another guy
that was A.J. Brown, apologies.
Oh, it was A.J. Brown.
Was A.J. Brown.
All these shooters on Ohio can get hot in a hurry.
Braylon Green, no good on the layup on the other end. Ohio pushing the pace now. A.J. Sheldon kicks it out to Brown. Brown, jumper at the free throw line. Just like that, 8 quick points for Ohio. They trail by just 4, 50-46. If they can get that 3-ball going, this Ohio team is a dangerous offense.
It's what makes them so dangerous. That's going to get called every time Searles picks up another foul. Practically shoves Marcus Johnson.
Just a careless foul by Searles. Pushes Marcus Johnson as he is moving around beyond the arc, moving to his right side. Derek Butler will inbound for Bowling Green to Braylon Green. Green back up top to Johnson. Deep three-pointer for Marcus Johnson. Does not go, a little too strong. It goes off the top of the backboard. Ohio will take it.
Marcus Johnson wishes he could have that one back. That's a 3 he usually makes. He loves those top-of-the-key shots.
Not an easy 3 to make, fairly deep.
He makes it
look
easy
he does make those at a high rate. And I mean, if you're Todd Simon, you got to tell him to keep taking those.
Exactly.
Those are looks that you'd like to see from Marcus Johnson. 3-pointer by Brown does not go. Cooling off just a little bit. Marcus Johnson with it for BG. Johnson gives it off to Butler. Butler making his way inside. Almost got stripped. Gets it back. Layup does not go. He is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Chance to put BG's lead back up to 6.
Great job by Butler to keep his composure inside after losing the ball and get a shot up. Doesn't get it to go, but draws the foul. He is really playing at a high level in these past 3 games.
Derek Butler. These are his first free throw attempts of the game. That one puts him in double digits. 10 points on the game for Derek Butler. BG has 3 scores in double digits. Butler and Humphrey with 10. Johnson with 17. He leads all scorers.
Butler, a 74% free throw shooter.
Takes his time at the line. 2-for-2 trip to the charity stripe for Derek Butler. BG up by 6, 52-46, under 14 minutes to play. Brown finds Searles inside, guarded by Felt. Got Felt to miss time the jump. Doesn't matter, misses the layup.
Felt just so tall, is able to hang up there regardless of the missed time jump.
Derek Butler's step-back jumper does not go. And a fast break opportunity here. A.J. Schoen has the ball. He slips in front of the Ohio bench and throws it away. Wilkins Jr. exact comes up with it. Green now with the ball. Retreats back to the midcourt logo. He's going to slow things down for this BG offense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Butler at the free throw line. Butler picks up his dribble. Gives it outside to Green. Now to Felt. Felt with 5 in the shot clock. Gives it to Green. 3, 2. Inside of Felt. 1. Layup does not even touch the rim. It's going to be a shot clock violation on the Falcons.
Braylon Green with no confidence in his own shot there. I know he's made some mistakes this game, and he has in the past, but he's still young, and he has to recognize the fact that he has to keep shooting and keep trying to make plays. You can't let the shot clock wind down like that because you don't have confidence in your jumper.
Green this season 2 for 15 on three-pointers. He's missed his past 10 triples, has not made a tray since December 14th against Kansas City. A.J. Clayton in the paint area here. Fadeaway jumper's good. It's waved off on the court. Foul before the shot.
If you're the Falcons, you're saying no, 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 yes, 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 because very unhappy with the foul before the shot, but very happy because the shot just went in. So Felt will pick up his, what was that, his third or his fourth?
His second.
It's only his second.
Yeah, only his second, which
fault.
is good for BG. Humphrey has 4. Thomas and Campbell each with 3. Clayton makes the first from the line. On the court right now for BG after substitutions, it's Trey Thomas and Marcus Johnson, the only starters. Derek Butler, Braylon Green, Wilkins Jr. exact. For Ohio, Clayton, who makes his second free throw, 2 for 2 from the line, along with A.J. Brown, Mitchell, Sheldon, and Elliott. Braylon Green with it, gives it to Derek Butler. Butler beyond the arc still. Trying to move around a Marcus Johnson screen. That's going to be an illegal screen by Johnson. Looks like he set it. Coming around, flying around it was Elijah Elliott. Johnson just took a half step to his side, kind of hip checked Elliott down to the floor. Yeah. Officials calling offensive foul.
That's another offensive foul this game, which they are piling up here. And Johnson sets a good screen and then just for some reason decides to move the hips a little bit, and that's where the foul gets called.
Elliott drops it off to Mitchell. Back in the corner to Elmore James. He comes up flying to the rim. Reverse layup comes up short.
And Wilkins Jr. exact with some great defense there.
Tremendous job by exact. Johnson now double teamed. Shovel pass to Green. Now swung over to Derek Butler, who flies in. Right-handed layup on the left side of the rim for Derek Butler. BG ahead by 6, 54-48, 11:30 to play. Sharif Mitchell lost it. Going to be stolen away by Derek Butler. Butler tries coast to coast. Layup does not go. He wanted a foul. Todd Simon wanted a foul. Neither of them get it. Elijah Elliott driving inside. He goes to the floor. He will get a foul, and that'll take us to a media timeout. 11:15 to play. BG leads 54-48 over the Ohio Bobcats. And Todd Simon's in the ears of the officials here. We will take a quick break when we come. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. In Bowling Green football's 41-17 season opening victory over Fordham on August 29th, junior Justin Pace set a program record with a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown on the first play of the game. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus had the call on Falcon Radio.
Go back up and field it on the goal line. Trying to take it to the right, got some blocks, got a hole. Peg was down the far sideline, and he's got space in front of him. 10, 5, touchdown BG brings back the opening kickoff. What a way to start the season.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. BG up ahead 54-48, 6-point advantage. Before we went to break, there was a foul on Wilkins Jr. exact. That is his first. Todd Simon was in the ears of the officials, letting them hear it. He wanted a foul on the other end on Derek Butler, trying to take a coast-to-coast steal for a layup. Yes. They did not get that call, and then exact got called for a foul, basically for the same thing on the other end.
Yes, very similar foul. I think exact was a little bit more, his foul was a little bit more obvious. But I will say there is a definite case to make for a foul on Butler there on the other side of the court. Doesn't end up getting the call. It's all right. Falcons still up by 6 here, but Elliott's about to go to the line and shoot 2, and he shoots a very high free throw percentage. So we will see if the Falcons can keep a 6-point lead or if it will be shortened to 5 or maybe even 4.
At the line is going to be Elijah Elliott. Elliott hits the first. 54-49. Elliott on the season. 62.9% from the line. He misses the second. 1 for 2 trip for Elijah Elliott. 54-49, BG leads. 11 minutes to play. Marcus Johnson with it, top of the key, double team, gives it off to Exact. Exact pulls the triple, does not go, rebounded by Elmore James. James swings it over to Mitchell. Sharif Mitchell. Ball finds its way to A.J. Clay in the corner. Shot no good. He lost the ball after the offensive rebound going up, but there's a foul. So A.J. Clayton pulled a triple from the corner in front of the Ohio bench. Guarded by Marcus Johnson. That came up short. Ball came back directly to him. Johnson was behind Clayton. Clayton went to get the ball, got it, went up to dunk it, lost the ball midair, but he was fouled by Trey Thomas, who picks up his 4th. Not what you want if you're Todd Simon and the Falcons. Trey Thomas, your floor general, picking up his 4th personal foul.
And he has been so quiet tonight. Just 4 points on 1 of 4 shooting. You need Marcus Johnson to take charge here.
Yeah.
Be a bit of a floor general himself. Maybe have Butler or Campbell step up too.
A.J. Clayton hits both at the line and checks out for Vic Searles. BG's lead down to 3, 54-51. And Trey Thomas has been so good in MAC play. 16 points a game in conference play. Marcus Johnson with it, gives it off to Exact. Ball finds the hands of Braylon Green. Green still with it, 5 in the shot clock. Trying to work around Searles. Step back jumper, just missed it, rolled out.
That's good that Green has some confidence though, trying to make that pull-up jumper.
Playing
good defense now too. Great D played on Elliott by Green there on the other end of the floor, not letting that missed jumper get to him.
We see him pulling the mid-range jumpers. He's driving inside. It's just he's so hesitant on those deep shots right now. As So now we're going to have an inbound by Ohio in front of the scores table. 10 minutes to play in this one. We are halfway through the second half. Inside, it's Pavletsky, gets the layup to go, and one opportunity, chance to tie the game up for Ohio. Major momentum swing over the past minute 47 seconds. BG scoreless, Ohio in a 5-0 run.
Bowling Green just looks a little bit lost right now. It's partially Thomas being out, the floor general, and also Felt not in the game as well.
Pavletsky converts it at the line. We are all tied up at 54 apiece. Crowd chanting defense in the Ohio section. Good contingent of Bobcats fans traveling for this one, making noise here at the Stroh Center. Ball dribbles out of bounds. It'll stay BG ball. Ohio always has a good crew travel. Not too far away in Athens when you look at the grand scheme of things. And you can see their block in the stands there with the OU green. Marcus Johnson with it, 6 on the shot clock. Pulls a deep triple, just rolled out. Wilkins Jr. exact fighting for the offensive rebound, can't get it. He pushes it out on defense. Butler tries to strip it out. Derek Butler called for a foul.
Wilkins Jr. exact very upset about that one.
Todd Simon's going to argue this one heavily once again.
Yeah.
If you remember, both benches were already worn, so Todd Simon has to be relatively careful here.
I would have called that foul on exact. He kind of bumped the Ohio player.
They got it on Butler for this one.
Yeah, I think it was probably on exact. He bumped Brown, and then Butler came in after and got a clean strip. But
I think we're seeing this from the officials. They're not necessarily calling the first thing by either team, but if they see a second one on the same play, they're pulling the whistle out.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
A.J. Brown hits the first from the line. He's up to 13 points in the game. Ohio's leading scorer. Marcus Johnson leads all scorers with 17. If you're just tuning in, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Andrew Smith from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Ohio now up 56-54 after 2 free throws by A.J. Brown. Ohio 4th in the MAC. BG 10th. They're on the outside looking in for the MAC tournament. Every game is a big game for the Falcons at this point. Derek Butler with the ball for BG. Kicks it out to Braylon Green. Green top of the key. Swings it over to Javante Campbell. Campbell driving inside 4 in the shot clock. Layup off glass, no good. Rebounded by BG. Marcus Johnson fights for it. Gives it off to Jemai Felt. He makes the layup, but Johnson's fouled while trying to pass it to Felt. I was about to say, this BG offense has really felt stagnant over the past few minutes. Marcus Johnson fighting to get some life into it.
Yeah. No, the Falcons definitely look stagnant especially on the outside three-point arc. That's something that I have had trouble understanding about Todd Simon's offense over the course of the season. They stick outside the three-point arc a lot, and there's not a lot of ball movement that happens inside that arc or around it. There's a lot of handing off, a lot of kind of going around the top of the key, but they need to find a way to get more ball movement going, especially when Trey Thomas is not on the floor.
Johnson hits both from the line, ties it up at 56 apiece. 8:40 to play. Sharif Mitchell with it. Pavletsky wide open in the corner, decides to drive inside. Gives it off to A.J. Brown. Brown inside, reverse layup with the right hand, gets it to go. Nifty move by A.J. Brown, driving in towards the rim. Javante Campbell speeding down the other way. He's going to be fouled before putting up a layup. Javante Campbell will go to the line for 2. Campbell just 2 points in this one, 1 for 4 from the field. He had 2 early steals in this game. Other than that, he's been relatively quiet today.
Yeah, Campbell, I mean, he's been doing his thing. He plays great defense. He makes, a couple buckets here and there, only 1 of 4 today, but maybe he'll pick up a couple from the line here, tie things back up for the Falcons. Quiet from him, but, he's a guy that you can always rely on. And as I say that, he misses the first
little commentator's
free throw.
curse there, misses the first at the line.
I'll take the blame for that.
It's been fascinating, though, how he's been able to really improve his free throw shooting after a hand injury to his shooting hand. I don't know if it's being focused more on the mechanics of everything, but he's done a great job overcoming that injury. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. BG trails by 1, 58-57. Pavletsky with it, picks up his dribble, gives it to Elmore James on the outside. Elmore James briefly double teamed before handing it off to Elijah Elliott. Elliott kicks it up top to Vic Searles. Searles looking around like he wasn't supposed to have the ball. Still with it, looking for someone to pass it to. Gives it off to A.J. Sheldon. Sheldon moving towards baseline, double teamed by Felton Johnson. Kicks it up top to Mitchell. Mitchell now to the corner to Sheldon. Launches a three-pointer in front of the Ohio bench. Will not go. Fight for the rebound. Marcus Johnson comes up with it. Johnson picks up a screen from Braylon Green. Now spin move working inside. Kicks it out wide open Campbell. Swung up top to Butler, now to Green. Green tries to drop it inside to Marcus Johnson. Miscommunication, rolls out of bounds, Ohio ball.
Well, the Falcons did a great job moving the ball around there, and then bounce pass just doesn't get to Johnson.
Miscommunication by the two leads us to our under 8 media timeout. 7:41 to play. Ohio with the slightest of leads over Bowling Green, 58-57. You're listening to BGSU men's basketball here on Falcon Radio.
Hi, my name is Kay Eigner. I'm number 17 on the women's volleyball team, and my Falcon 4 bucket list places are probably anywhere in British Columbia, Canada, Vail, Colorado in the wintertime, Portofino, and Stockholm, Sweden.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. Back here at the Stroh Center, we have BGSU baseball head coach Kyle Halleck doing the full court putt. Little halftime entertainment here. First one a little far off there, Andrew.
Yeah, I think he's more used to swinging a bat than he is to swinging a club.
Misses the second one. Third one's looking okay.
Just misses it wide, so. Stick to baseball.
Baseball head coach supporting the BGSU men's basketball team here today. Falcons trailing by 1 against the Ohio Bobcats, 58-57, 7:41 to play.
Baseball's going to be starting up soon.
Will be.
Here for the Falcons.
It'll be starting up, what is it now, Friday?
I believe
Friday,
so,
Valentine's Day, February 14th.
They have a long road trip before they come back home.
Just a little bit, Middle Tennessee. Next Tuesday, though, we will have a broadcast. Not exactly sure whether it's going to be Falcon Radio WBGU yet, but Falcon Media Sports Network will have a broadcast next Tuesday for BGSU baseball against Cincinnati. So keep on the lookout for the announcement of that one. Jemai Felton knocks it away on defense for Bowling Green, but Ohio maintains possession. Clayton thought about a deep three-pointer after getting the ball back, does not shoot it. Ends up in the hands of Elmore James. 7 on the shot clock. Gives it up top. Elijah Elliott driving inside. Gets the foul call. Layup does not go. Marcus Johnson possibly assigned this one. We'll have to see.
Marcus Johnson will pick up another foul here.
Will be.
That foul was a little bit light.
That's one we can call a little too touchy there.
There have been a couple of those. Overall, a good job by the officiating crew. It's just this has been a pretty physical game. I feel like
tear-arcing free throw made there by Elijah Elliott.
Yeah.
59-57 Ohio.
I feel like something that's happened for the referees this game is they were calling it very loose early, and they were letting a lot of things go, and then it's kind of just tightened up over time, and so it's kind of throwing everyone off.
Yeah, I agree.
And now
with that.
they're calling more tight fouls, and people are like, "What? You were letting this go in the first half."
60-57, Ohio now leads over BG. Tyler Kavlitz here alongside Andrew Smith for this one. Been a good game so far. Javante Campbell works inside for BG, gets the layup to go.
And that is someone they need to step up here in the late goings of this game.
A.J. Clayton pulls a three-pointer, has not made a triple yet, misses that one short. Javante Campbell pushing the pace for BG, trying to go coast to coast. Clayton blocks it on the backboard, but he's going to be called for a foul. Him and Jeff Bowles don't understand that one. But Campbell will go to the line for two. Chance to put BG back ahead with 6:45 to play.
And that might be the officials repaying BG for the call on Johnson on the other end, because that looked like a clean block to me.
I mean, that looked like Clayton just went up, pinned it against the backboard. Didn't appear to be anything different. Campbell misses the first from the line. Best he can do is tie it up at 60. A.J. Brown checks in for Elijah Elliott on the court for Ohio now. Pavletsky, Clayton, Brown, Mitchell, James for BG. It's Felt, Campbell, Humphrey, Johnson, and Butler, the only bench player in the game. Campbell goes 1 for 2 at the line, ties it up at 60 apiece. 6:45 and counting to play. Clayton fakes a three-pointer top of the key, gives it off to James. Has the mismatch now off of Felt onto Johnson. Clayton versus Johnson, two of the top scorers in the Mid-American Conference. Clayton fadeaway jumper, wins that battle, gets it to go in.
Bounces around the rim a couple times, gets it to fall. He loves that fadeaway at the middle of the key.
Javante Campbell, far side wing in front of the Bowling Green bench. Gets a pick from Marcus Johnson. Driving inside, acrobatic layup goes. He saw A.J. Clayton skying up, switched hands midair, gets the finger roll layup to go.
Campbell with a couple of tough buckets here, now at 8 points on the game. Playing really well.
Foul on the other end. Is this going to be on Dejon Humphrey?
It's going to be on Butler, it looks like.
Will be on Derek Butler. So Humphrey had his hands up above his head. He's at 4 personal fouls, can't afford another one. Trey Thomas also at 4, not in the court. Derek Butler picks up his third as Pavletsky misses one from the line. Falcon Fanatics will add to their counter for missed free throws missed here at the Stroh Center this year. And the student section getting rowdy. Pavletsky's second attempt goes. Ohio back ahead, 63-62, under 6 to play. Javante Campbell will command the offense for the orange and brown.
Hopefully Campbell or Butler can do something for the squad here.
Drops it off to Butler. Butler driving inside, gets the layup to go. We have a whistle before the shot. A travel called on Derek Butler.
Derek Butler very upset about that one, as is Todd Simon. Talking to the official who called it. We couldn't see it from here, Tyler, but
we had a bad view of that one, but Todd Simon not fighting it
yeah.
as much as he has been fighting some others. Sharif Mitchell with the ball, almost lost it, retains possession. Driving inside over Dejon Humphrey, gets the layup to go. Humphrey not able to do much on defense right now, except just stand straight up.
No.
Can't afford another foul or else he'll be sent back to the locker room for an early shower. Ohio now up by 3, 65-62, 5 minutes to play.
He's doing a great job of playing defense without a lot of contact here. Recognizes the officials are calling it pretty tight. Went straight up there.
Marcus Johnson with it, guarded by Elmore James. Johnson backing down James. Finds a wide open Felt. A.J. Clayton came off him, left Felt alone. He slams the hammer down with 2 hands. Now Clayton on the other end misses another triple. A.J. Clayton 0 for 7 from deep today.
Not exactly typical from him, but he just can't find his mark from deep.
Marcus Johnson, couple between the leg dribbles, driving inside, floater off the backboard with the left hands, no good. Clayton on the season shoots 39.5% from 3, does not have one today, but Elmore James does, nails that one from the corner. Javante Campbell working inside, misses the finger roll layup, gets his rebound, falls to the ground, keeps dribbling it on the ground, kicks it out to Dejon Humphrey in the corner. He drives inside. Windmill layup does not go. Another offensive rebound by the Falcons, this time Derek Butler. He drives inside and one off the contact for Derek Butler.
Derek Butler, what a bucket. Oh my goodness. Man, just to throw it up, almost a falling hook shot with the foul.
Tremendous effort by Campbell on the missed layup to maintain possession. Dribble it while on his seat on the ground. Kick it out to Humphrey. He missed a shot. Derek Butler comes flying in for the offensive rebound. Draws the contact for an and one opportunity. BG back within two, 68-66. We have reached the final media timeout of this one. The final scheduled media timeout, at least. BG trails by 2. When we come back, Derek Butler will have a chance to convert a three-point play. 3:54 left to go. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
Hi, I'm Jaden Frigerio on the women's soccer team, and I'm doing my Falcon 4 favorite places in BG. First would have to be Meyer, second would have to be Juniper, third would have to be the beach, and number 4 would be the fires behind the business building. Thanks.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my fourth one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name that too.
Teams still in their huddles here inside the Stroh Center. 68-66. 3:54 left to play. Derek Butler will be at the line to shoot a free throw. Chance to bring it within 1 for BG. He was fouled while making a layup before we went to break. Butler at the line, misses it off back rim. Offensive rebound secured by Dejon Humphrey, and he's fouled. 3 straight offensive rebounds by this Bowling Green team.
Dejon Humphrey absolutely pumped about that offensive rebound. He did an absolutely fantastic job.
And A.J. Brown committed that foul. He has fouled out of the game. Ohio's leading scorer with 16 points will head to the showers early. He will not play in the final 3 minutes, 54 seconds of this one.
That is big.
Dejon Humphrey at the line for 2, misses the first. Back-to-back missed free throws to this Bowling Green team. They've been great on the season, shooting 75.6% from the charity stripe. Today, they are just 14 for 22, 63.6%. Humphrey on the season, coming into this contest 7 for 9. Splits a pair there. Brings BG back within 1, 68-67. That loss of A.J. Brown is going to be huge down the stretch.
Yeah, that is their scorer, and he's a scorer on all levels.
Pavletsky, wide open lane, gets the layup to go. No real contest by the BG defense. Ohio up by 3, 70-67. Also should note for Ohio, Sharif Mitchell has 4 fouls. For BG, Trey Thomas, Dejon Humphrey with 4 apiece. Good effort by Javonte Campbell on the other end. Gets a layup to go with some contact, no foul called.
Pavletsky with a quick bucket, and then Campbell right back at him with a quick bucket.
If you can do it, I can do it better. BG down by just 1, 70-69. Pavletsky on the other end. Good defense by Derek Butler, but better offense by Pavletsky. The spinning layup's good.
And you can
72-69.
Pavletsky wanting to take this game over now that Brown is out. He recognizes that they need buckets, and they need them now.
Up to 8 points today. Marcus Johnson working on the baseline, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Campbell. Deep three-pointer by Derek Butler. He drains it. Derek Butler ties it up at 72.
If you give Derek Butler a 3 in rhythm, he's going to make it most of the time.
Pavletsky working on Javante Campbell, picks up his dribble. Fadeaway jumper inside the paint. 6 straight points by Pavletsky.
He has absolutely taken over on the offensive end for the Bobcats.
74-72, Ohio leads BG. Marcus Johnson with the ball. Approaching 2 minutes to play. Johnson spins around, wide open floater off the backboard. Bank is open for Marcus Johnson. He ties it up at 74.
He gets that mismatch with Pavletsky guarding him, and he just takes advantage. Nice spin move into the open floater.
Todd Simon and company getting this crowd on their feet. Student section getting rowdy. Ohio has to shoot into the Falcon Fanatic student section for the final minute 55 seconds of this one. Pavletsky inside, almost knocked away by Humphrey. Wide open three-pointer here by Sharif Mitchell, and he drains it in front of the Ohio bench. Ohio goes up 77-74. Todd Simon takes a timeout.
Mitchell.
Huge shot by Sharif Mitchell.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitchell's one of those guys that he's got the experience. He's a grad student. This is his 6th year playing college basketball. Spent 4 years at Creighton. Won some big NCAA tournament games with those guys. So he knows how to hit shots in clutch moments, and he hits one right there.
And I should note that was not a timeout by Todd Simon. It's going to be a 30-second timeout by Jeff Bowles. They have 2 timeouts left. Todd Simon BG have 3 remaining. And we'll also head to a media timeout with that. So minute 47 to play. Ohio leads BG 77-74. We'll take it with them. You're listening to BGSU Men's Basketball here on Falcon Radio. On Tuesday, September 24th, BGSU men's soccer recorded 40 shots against Eastern Illinois, the most in a match since 1996. This has been history in Falcon athletics.
Hi, I'm Edita Wacławczyk, and I'm in BGSU volleyball team, and this is my Falcon 4 foods I can eat for the rest of my life. First one is pasta, every kind of pasta. I just love pasta, and I wish I was born in Italy. Second one is crepes, because I feel like it's a typical dish in Poland, especially sweet crepes. And then cherries, just because they're juicy and really good. And last one is burritos, because I like Mexican food a lot. Thank you.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. We are set up for a good finish to this one, Andrew. Ohio leading BG 77-74. Just a minute 47 left to play. Just before we went to break, Sharif Mitchell with a huge three-pointer in front of the Ohio bench. Put Ohio up by 3. Bobcats then called a 30-second timeout, which turned into a media timeout. So to note, for the rest of this game, Ohio and Jeff Bowles have 2 timeouts remaining. Todd Simon and BG have 3 timeouts.
Falcons just need to focus on one possession at a time, which it's a 1-score game. This is not like, a major comeback. But what's been happening is they're getting a bucket, and then the Bobcats are immediately responding. So they need to focus on one possession at a time, get a bucket on their end, then stop the Bobcats on the other. They have not been able to do that in these past few minutes, and it's the reason they're still losing this one.
Trey Thomas with it, gives it to Derek Butler. Butler working inside. Layup does not go. Good defense by Clayton. He gets the rebound. A.J. Clayton with just his 3rd rebound of the contest. Jemai Felt leads all players with 7. Sharif Mitchell with it. Ohio up by 3. They're playing with the luxury of the time at this point. Pavletsky drops it off to Clayton. Javante Campbell comes flying in from behind. Gets the block, but also fouls Clayton. That'll be Campbell's fourth. Oh, they're actually going to get Marcus Johnson.
Oh,
Won't be on Campbell. It'll be on Marcus Johnson. So Trey Thomas, Dejon Humphrey, Marcus Johnson, Sharif Mitchell, all with 4 personal fouls.
Wow. I'm surprised that's on Johnson.
Big make there by A.J. Clayton. Puts Ohio up by 4.
He's a great free throw shooter, and he's incredibly clutch.
BG is going to have to get some points in this next possession. Clayton makes both. Ohio goes up by 5. 2-possession game, 79-74.
The Falcons need to draw up some sort of play, get the ball moving, a few quick passes, and then open look. It needs to just be a simple thing, something they've done before, something they're used to, comfortable with. Just get somebody an open look.
Trey Thomas with the ball, working with 4 personal fouls. Gives it to Derek Butler. Butler to Johnson. Johnson, 3-pointer in front of the BG bench. No good. Rebounded by Ohio.
It's not a good look. That's not the look you want.
Pavletsky with it. Campbell not fouling. Campbell has a foul to give. Not doing it. Guarding Pavletsky tightly. Marcus Johnson hip checks him. Johnson's going to foul out of this one.
And that's Marcus Johnson gone.
Not what you want to do if you are Marcus Johnson. I don't even think he realizes that he's fouled out of this game. Now he does. He'll go off. Jemai Felt will come on. And fans will start heading towards the exits. This one not over yet, but BG facing a very uphill battle here in the final 43.3 seconds.
It's Marcus Johnson does not need to be shooting that 3, and he definitely doesn't need to be making that foul there. I don't know what's
25 personal fouls today, Andrew, for Bowling Green. That is one off their season high of 26.
Yeah, you can't.
On November 16th against Michigan State, as both free throws made there by Pavletsky puts Ohio up by 7, 81-74.
Can't be doing that many personal fouls against the best free throw shooting team in the MAC.
You cannot. Trey Thomas gives it off to Javante Campbell. Campbell going to take a 3-pointer. Does not go after a couple bounces. Have not seen Campbell take a 3-pointer in a bit.
Well,
you can see he looked pretty uncomfortable there taking it.
Especially with the brace on his hand. But he recognized the fact that they needed to shoot one with this amount of time left on the clock, down by 3 possessions.
Doesn't go. We do have a foul, though, by A.J. Clayton, his 3rd. Jemai Felt secured his 2nd offensive rebound, 8th overall of the game. He goes to the line for 2. Misses the first one. Tough free throw shooting day for the Falcons. Now 15 for 25 from the line. A rare off day at the charity stripe for the orange and brown. Not pairing well for a game that they are fouling a lot in. Jemai Felt goes 1 for 2 at the line, 81-75. Inbounded to Pavletsky. He's fouled by Derek Butler, it appears. Either Butler or Felt. Neither of them will foul out with that one. It is going to go on Derek Butler. That'll be his 4th.
3 Falcons in foul trouble now. Johnson has fouled out. Thomas, Humphrey, and Butler all with 4. And Campbell with 3.
Worst time for this team to be undisciplined late in the game, committing the fouls. Pavletsky hits the first of the line. On the day now, Pavletsky 5 for 6 from the charity stripe. He's one of 4 Bobcats in double digits. BG has 5 players in double digits. Pavletsky hits the second, but the big difference is Ohio leads on the scoreboard by 8, 83-75. Jemai Felt to inbound, gives it to Trey Thomas. 30 seconds on the clock. OU, oh yeah chants coming from the Ohio contingent in the stands. Javante Campbell going to take another 3. Javante Campbell hits the 3-pointer.
It's the 3-pointer. Looked like he almost got fouled there. No call.
Have not seen Javante Campbell hit a 3-pointer in quite a while. Good sign for the Falcons, but still down by 5 with 19.9 seconds to play. 83-78 Ohio's lead. BG called a timeout right after Campbell's make.
Falcons would need to
You really need a turnover.
Yeah,
you can't get a foul. You need to get a trap. Need to get a turnover, and you need to get a 2 or a 3 right after that turnover. You don't have time to waste.
You need.
It's possible. I mean, Reggie Miller did it.
Reggie Miller did do that.
possible.
That was, you know why you can only say Reggie Miller did it? Because Reggie Miller's one of the very, 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 very few people to have done it.
That is true. It is possible. It is extremely tough.
And honestly,
you are also missing Marcus Johnson, your best shooter on the floor.
Yeah, not to mention the fact 3 of the 5 people you have out on the floor right now have 4 fouls. So even if you had to foul, you couldn't really.
Yeah. Inbounded by Ohio to Sharif Mitchell. Trap. They're looking for a travel. It was a trap by Campbell and Felt. Did not get the travel. They foul. 16.2 seconds off the clock.
Surprised.
Campbell's 4th.
Surprised that foul wasn't called faster or even travel. I mean, unlikely for Mitchell to commit a travel, but he might have had that gone on for a couple seconds longer.
That now, Andrew, a season high in fouls with 27, surpassing their previous of 26 on November 16th against Michigan State.
Wow.
Both free throws made at the line by Sharif Mitchell. 85-78, 16.2 seconds to go. Jemai Felt, Trey Thomas, Javante Campbell, Derek Butler, Dejon Humphrey on the court for the Falcons. Campbell with the ball, gives it off to Thomas. Thomas jacks up a three-pointer. That goes.
And now
Falcons still fighting till the end.
And now the Falcons have decided to start making their three-pointers.
Down by 4 now, 85-81. It's not over just yet. You're in a much better position down by 4 here. You need a turnover off the inbound, I think it's fair to say.
Absolutely.
And if you can get that turnover, it's anyone's game. Down by 4, 85-81. Another 30-second timeout by BG. We're going to stay here through it.
You would need a foul. I'm sorry. You would need a turnover or a steal. Well, I guess that is a turnover. You understand what I mean. Get a three-pointer to go. Then you would need to immediately foul with zero hesitation with somebody who does not have 4 personals, either Felt, Green, or Exact. And then you would need to get another three-pointer to go, either to win or to tie. All in just under 9 seconds.
Inbounded here. Javante Campbell pokes it away. It's going to be out off BG. 7 seconds on the clock. That was a great chance by Javante Campbell there. Did what he needed to do. Problem was he was just on the side and it went out of bounds. He poked it away though. He got that ball loose clean.
It is a little bit more difficult for the Bobcats to inbound the ball now because they are in place on the sideline as opposed to being able to run around the baseline. So it's possible they end up throwing it away or it's a bad pass that the Falcons are able to grab. But again, you'd need to somehow turn it into an immediate 3 points, followed by a foul, followed by a 3. If the Falcons lose here, which seems to be the likely outcome, what are the next steps they need to take, do you think, in order to make the MAC tournament in Cleveland?
Well, there's a lot of winnable games. They have to beat everyone below them and everyone just above them as inbounded by Ohio. Takes a while for them to foul Clayton. Simon arguing that should have been called earlier. We'll see who they assign it to.
It's probably going to go on Felt if I had to guess.
I think. That'll be Felt's 3rd personal foul will be against him. I mean, you look at the schedule. You go down it. You face Buffalo next. That's a must-win. Mm-hmm. After that, you go on to Kent State and Toledo. Those are 2 that you would love to steal one, most likely going to be losses. That would leave you need to beat Ball State, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan. 4 more wins in the conference gets you to 7 conference wins. which gives you a chance at the end of the season to be in the conference tournament. So at this point, you have 4 must-win games if you are Bowling Green. Missed free throw there. Trey Thomas jacks up a three-pointer. The buzzer does not go. Ohio comes into the Stroh Center and walks away, heading back to Athens with an 86-81 victory, denying the Falcons a chance at a 3rd straight victory and making their push for the MAC tournament that much harder. We will take a quick break, wrap this one all up, and put a bow on it when we come back. You are listening to BGSU Men's Basketball on Falcon Radio.
Mads Christensen for BGSU Men's Soccer Team, and this is my Falcon 4 favorite ice cream toppings. The first one, vanilla, because it's a classic. The second one, strawberry, and guess what? It's also a classic. Love that. And cookies and cream, because it's delicious. And the final one, banana. Banana.
Let's go!
Hello, my name is Reko Badurov. I play for the BGSU Men's Soccer Team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number 1, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
This is Jay Crawford, former ESPN Sports Center anchor and proud former member of the BGRSO sports organization right here. You're listening to 88.1 FM, WBGU HD1 and HD2, broadcasting more games than any other student-run organization in the country.
Ohio winners over Bowling Green, 86-81 here at the Stroh Center. Story of this one was fouls. Season high 28 of them by Bowling Green, Andrew Smith.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons just became very undisciplined down the stretch. Part of it was the officiating went from being more lenient to being more strict with the fouls called, but also it's on the Falcons to adjust and to adapt and not foul. I mean, 28 fouls is inexcusable. That's a ridiculous amount, and you're giving it to the best free throw shooting team in the MAC. Not to mention the fact that the Falcons themselves had 25 attempts at the line and only converted on 16 of those. So they didn't take advantage of their opportunities at the line, while Ohio went 30 for 34. And the Falcons also, three-point shooting got a little bit better towards the end, but it was too little, too late, and they just ended up not being able to close this one out. So many times this season we've seen them look so strong and then have it all slip away in the last 7 or 8 minutes of the game, and it's heartbreaking to watch.
Tough loss for the Falcons indeed. Overall, BG shoots 45.9% from the field, 39.1% from deep, 64, just 16 for 25% from the 16 for 25 from the free throw line. Ohio 47.1% from the floor, 33.3% from deep. They hit one less three-pointer than the Falcons, 9-8, but they shot 30 for 34 from the charity stripe. BG won the rebounding battle, 35-31, 6 more offensive rebounds than the Bobcats. Those 28 fouls, crucial and critical in this game. 40 combined fouls between the two teams. BG had 14 assists, Ohio with 12. BG 13 turnovers, Ohio 12 also. You look at the top scorers in this one, Marcus Johnson, another 20-point performance. For Marcus Johnson, that is his 10th 20-point performance this season. He has 21, adds in 4 rebounds, 7 for 18 overall, 3 for 10 from deep. Added 4 more at the charity stripe, led all players with 5 assists. 5 double-digit scores in total for BG in this one. Derek Butler had 18 off the bench. Javante Campbell with 13. Dejon Humphrey with 11. Jemai Felt with 10. A double-double, second straight double-double, and 5th overall of the season for Jemai Felt, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. On the Ohio side, Sharif Mitchell was 17, A.J. Brown 16, A.J. Clayton 15, Pavletsky with 14. Other scorers include Trey Thomas with 7, Braylon Green with 1, and then for Ohio, Elmore James and Vic Searles with 9 apiece. Did also have a few other games in Mid-American Conference play underway here today. 12 seconds left to go. Eastern Michigan, Ball State knotted up at 75 apiece. That's a huge one to look out for if you're BG. Akron stays undefeated in Mid-American Conference play, continues their
dominant streak.
Nation best. 12, I think it's 12 straight now.
12
straight
nation's
wins.
best?
It is the nation's best now. We had, forget who had it. Someone had a 16-game winning streak. That went down. Cleveland State's went down. Akron has the longest winning streak in the nation currently. Buffalo defeating NIU 73-67. And, of course, the result here today, 86-81. So, overall, looking at these two teams, Ohio now moves to 13-11 overall, 7-4 in the MAC. They get back on a winning away. Bowling Green stays in 10th place in the conference. They fall to 9-15 overall, 3-8 in conference play. Next up for Bowling Green, it will be Buffalo here on Saturday at 2 p.m. That'll be in New York, and then they'll come back home for Kent State on the 18th. That'll be at 7 p.m., the Kent State game. So that'll about do it for us here at the Stroh Center. 86-81 Ohio winners over BG. Before we go off the air, I want to send a few thank yous. First, Andrew Smith joining me on this call. You weren't scheduled for this call a couple days ago. Had Artie Abrego was supposed to join me. He went down with the sickness. So you filled in, did a great job filling in on short notice.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you joining me here today. Also like to thank Caden Knapp back in the studios, getting us on the air and out on the right times. Couldn't be on the air and couldn't do this without your help back there in the Coolene Center in the Falcon Radio studio, Caden. Great job as always. And stay tuned for some more content about this game. We'll have some stories posted tonight and tomorrow on bgfalconmedia.com. Nick Windholtz will have another one of his great videos posted to the BG Falcon Media YouTube, and we'll also upload that press conference tonight that'll happen in just a few minutes onto that YouTube channel. So for Caden Knapp, Andrew Smith, this is Tyler Kavlitz saying, have a great night, everybody. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconmedia.com.